Welcome, if you dare, to our exclusive haunted walking tour of Carthage, Missouri. Across the United States, towns and cities harbor places steeped in ghostly lore and mystery. In today's video, we dive into 4 of the most haunted spots in Carthage. But here's a twist. Only 3 of these locations are genuinely haunted. The 4th is a creation of the imaginative minds here at Wandering Walks of Wonder. As you watch, your challenge is to figure out which of these locations is our own creation and which 3 are truly haunted. At the end of the video, we will reveal which haunted Carthage, Missouri location is true and which is not. Today's eerie journey leads us to 4 locations in Carthage. They include the Jasper County Courthouse, Grace Episcopal Church, the Boots Motel, and the Phelps House. So, if you dare, let's explore the chilling tales behind Carthage's most haunted places. The Jasper County Courthouse is a historic site with a reputation for ghostly activity. Built in 1894, this courthouse has witnessed many significant events and legal proceedings over the years, and it is said that some of the spirits from past events still linger within its walls. Here are just a few of the most notable ghost stories associated with the Jasper County Courthouse. First up is the ghost of a former judge. One of the most frequently reported apparitions at the Jasper County Courthouse is that of a former judge. Described as a stern man dressed in late 19th century judicial robes, his ghost is often seen in and around the courtroom where he once presided. Witnesses have reported seeing his figure sitting at the judge's bench as if still overseeing cases. Some have even heard the sound of a gavel banging or a faint murmur of his voice echoing through the empty courthouse. The ghost is believed to be a reflection of his strong connection to his duties as well as to the courthouse. Also within the courthouse is the phantom jury. There are tales of a ghostly jury that still convenes in the courthouse. Witnesses have reported seeing shadowy figures seated in a jury box, particularly during the late evening hours when the building is otherwise empty. These figures are often described as indistinct and fleeting, disappearing when approached. Some people have also heard the sound of murmuring and quiet discussion coming from the jury box, as if an invisible trial were taking place. Another area are some cursed cells believed to be in the basement of the courthouse. These holding cells are reputed to be particularly haunted. Stories tell of a prisoner who was wrongly accused and executed, and whose spirit is said to linger in the area. Visitors and staff have reported hearing the sounds of chains rattling, muffled cries, and the clanging of metal. Some have even felt a cold, oppressive presence while walking near the old cells, as if they are being watched by an unseen entity. And then we have the mysterious elevator. The courthouse's elevator has its share of ghostly tales. People have reported the elevator moving between floors on its own, even though it's not in use. The doors have also been found open or closed without explanation. Some believe that this activity is connected to a spirit who used the elevator frequently during their lifetime and now continues to move around the building in a state of unrest. Our next haunted location is Grace Episcopal Church. This historic and picturesque church has been a prominent fixture in the community since its construction in the late 19th century. But, like many historic buildings, it is said to have its share of ghostly legends and paranormal activity. One of those include the Phantom Organist. One of the most frequently reported hauntings at Grace Episcopal Church involves the ghost of a former organist. Witnesses have reported hearing the sound of an organist playing softly even when no one is present in the church. Some have even seen a shadowy figure sitting at the organ, his hands moving as if playing a hymn. The ghostly organist is believed to be a former church musician who dedicated many years to playing at the church and whose spirit continues to enjoy the music of the organ. Another common apparition seen at Grace Episcopal Church is that of a woman dressed entirely in white, often described as wearing early 20th century clothing. She's usually seen walking down the aisle of the church or standing near an altar. Witnesses have reported feeling a sense of calm or serenity in her presence, as if she is a guardian spirit watching over the church. Another haunting associated with Grace Episcopal Church involves the spirit of children. Some visitors and staff have reported hearing the sounds of children's laughter and footsteps even when the church is empty. Occasionally, people have seen fleeting glimpses of small figures running down the aisle or playing in the churchyard. These ghostly children are thought to be the spirits of youngsters who were once members of the congregation or children who have attended events at the church. But then there's the candlelight apparition. There are stories of an apparition that appears in the church during evening hours, especially when candles are lit. Witnesses have reported seeing a figure moving among the candles, casting shadows on the walls as if preparing for a special service or event. This ghostly figure is often described as dressed in historical clerical clothing and is believed to be a former clergy member or a devoted parishioner who continues to watch over the church. The Boots Motel in Carthage is a historic Route 66 landmark known for its classic mid-20th century design and charm. The motel, which has been a staple of the iconic American highway since 1947, is also rumored to have its share of ghostly legends and paranormal activity. One of those include the Phantom Guest. One of the most frequently reported ghostly encounters at the Boots Motel involves a phantom guest. Staff and visitors have reported seeing a figure dressed in mid-century clothing, often described as a man in a suit wandering around the hotel grounds or appearing in one of the rooms. This apparition is believed to be a former guest who had a significant emotional attachment to the hotel. Witnesses have described seeing him in the parking lot or appearing out of a room window before disappearing into thin air. Speaking of hotel rooms, room 6 of the Boots Motel is reputed to be the most haunted in the entire place. Guests who have stayed in this room have reported strange occurrences such as sudden temperature drops, unexplained noises, and the feeling of an unseen presence. Some have also experienced their belongings being moved or misplaced during their stay. The room's reputation for paranormal activity has led many to believe it is the focal point of the motel's ghostly presence. Another common ghostly encounter at the Boots Motel is that of a woman in vintage attire. Witnesses have described seeing her walking through the lobby or standing near the hotel's neon sign. This apparition is often described as wearing clothing from the 1950s, and she is sometimes seen looking out of one of the rooms as if waiting for someone. Some believe she may be a former employee or even a guest who had a strong connection to the motel. And then finally, there's the neon sign mystery. That iconic neon sign of the Boots Motel has been linked to many ghostly activities. There are stories of the sign flickering or turning on and off on its own, even when there is no power outage or malfunction on the sign. Some believe that the sign's erratic behavior may be the result of a restless spirit trying to communicate or just to make its presence known. Our last stop on our haunted tour of Carthage, Missouri is the Phelps House. This is a historic mansion with a rich past and a reputation for many ghostly activities occurring within. Built in 1881 by prominent businessman William H. Phelps, the house is a great example of not only Victorian architecture, but has been a significant part of the community for over a century. There are many stories of ghost and paranormal legends associated with the Phelps House. The first of those revolve around the ghost of Mrs. Phelps, Phelps, Mrs. Bridgie Phelps. One of the most commonly reported spirits in the Phelps house is that of Mrs. Phelps, the wife of the original owner, William. Visitors and staff have reported seeing her apparition dressed in Victorian-era clothing, often in the upper floors of the house where the family's private quarters were located. Witnesses describe her as a dignified woman who appears to be overseeing or tending to the house. Some have reported feeling a gentle, reassuring presence when encountering her ghost. And then there's those mysterious footsteps. The Phelps house is known for unexplained footsteps, particularly in the upper floors and staircases. Many people have reported hearing the sound of footsteps echoing through the empty halls or climbing the stairs, even when no one is present. The footsteps are often described as soft but deliberate, as if someone is walking through the house as they did during their lifetime. One of the most spectacular rooms in the house, as well as one of the most haunted, is the ballroom of the Phelps house. With its grand design and ornate decorations, it is said to be a hotspot for many paranormal activities. Visitors often report feeling sudden, unexplained cold spots and hearing the sounds of music and dancing, even when no event is taking place. Some have even seen shadowy figures moving across the ballroom floor, as if a party from the past is still in full swing. But one of the most intriguing ghost stories associated with the Phelps house involves a portrait that is said to sometimes mysteriously vanish and then reappear. The portrait, which is believed to be of a former member of the Phelps family, has reportedly been seen in different locations within the house. Staff and visitors have noted its sudden disappearance from one wall and reappearance on another, leading to speculation that the spirit of the person in the portrait may be moving it as a form of communication. Now that we have seen the most haunted locations in Carthage, Missouri, it's up to you to decide which of the four are true haunted tales and which is made up by the creative minds of Wandering Walks of Wonder. Remember, we saw the Jasper County Courthouse, Grace Episcopal Church, the Boots Motel, and the Phelps House. Pause here now, think back through the stories, and then make a guess which one of these is not a true haunted tale. And the answer is Grace Episcopal Church. This story in this church, the haunted tales, are truly made up and are part of the creative minds of Wandering Walks of Wonder. We hope you've enjoyed this Wandering Walks of Wonder haunted Halloween tour here in Carthage, Missouri. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and we will see you on our next haunted tour. Take care now. Bye-bye.